2023. Oh my gosh, Happy New Year. It is the new year. I'm back home, as you can tell. I've got to get this first full weekend of the new year started. The best way I know how to get that started is by getting rid of everything that pertained to 2022, as far as like the holidays and all that stuff. The tree's got to come down today. I've got random Christmas decorations all throughout the apartment that I really need to gather up and put away so that we can go into 2023 hard, ready to do the dang thing, as they say. That is what this video is really gonna be about. It's my first full weekend of the year. I'm back home. Yeah, I'm ready to get her done. I need to get back into my own element now. All the traveling, all the good stuff is gone. January, it's got to be a month of a lot of things. The 21 days of fasting and prayer starts on Monday. Girl, got to be ready for that. Just a recap on what the last couple of weeks were about. By now, you've already seen the video that went up on Saturday, which is actually today. So I went to Myrtle Beach and I went home to Virginia, which was awesome. Got to be in the presence of my family, and I love that so much, y'all. Life is so short, and I was longing to see my brother and my sister. Like, I just had the strong need to just hold them and hug them. And so being able to do that was really, really awesome. And, you know, spending time with James was great. Seeing all the friends and stuff there in South Carolina, because I have managed to have a friend base there in South Carolina as well. So it was just really nice. And the month of December, I traveled more than I have ever traveled in December ever, I think. And so needless to say, I was like, man, I didn't get to spend much time with my tree or with my Christmas decorations the way I really had hoped, and take you all on the journey. I wanted to do a Christmas decor tour throughout the apartment. Never got that done, and there's no point in doing it now. You might see bits and pieces of things as I take it down. It was a crazy December. I'm glad to be back home, and I'm looking forward to spending as much time as possible in the month of January here at home, planning out my year. I'm gonna plan out my year, I think, in quarters this time. And not so much like, oh, I gotta have this whole new life or anything like that, but just there's some things I really wanna be intentional about this year. I wanna write down a lot of things. Last year, I made a lot of promises to myself that I didn't keep. It's about, you know, making sure I was writing things on my calendar and doing things in my date book and all this fun stuff that I never did. I may have started off doing it once or twice and then just dropped by the wayside. But, you know, I showed you all that planner that I got. Didn't find another one that I liked better, so we're going to go with that one for 2023. And I've got to be more intentional with that. I figured out something about myself. When I was a single mom raising my son, I wrote down a lot of things. This had to be done at this time, and this had to be done at that time. I was very, very intentional about so many things. Like, my day-to-day was very planned out. And I think somewhere by the wayside, I've lost that. I'm not planning out like I used to. And I got to do that. Like, I know my memory isn't 100% like it used to be. Like, I forget. Like, I realize that about myself. I literally can be in the middle of doing something and forget what I was doing. You know what I mean? Like, what I had planned on doing later that day or whatever. So I need to put things on the calendar. I need to wake up in the mornings and say, where's my list? What are the things I need to get done for sure today? And make sure I follow that list. I used to plan out my life every Sunday. I would tell people, like, on Sunday, I did my nails for the week. I got my clothes ready for the week. I made plans for the week. I knew exactly what we're gonna eat every day of the week, because as a single mom with a son in sports, that's what I had to do. So I gotta kind of take that mentality back, because I'm forgetting to do things. It's like in my mind, I tell myself, I can do it tomorrow because I got all this time. I'm free. I don't have kids to worry about. I am free. But what happens is tomorrow comes and it never gets done. So I've got to do that. I'm going to plan more carefully. And that's just a tidbit of, like, me just kind of sharing with y'all. I don't goal set anymore. I don't set, I take that back. I don't set resolutions for myself anymore. I kind of went through that, tried to do that, and got all the scars from that, and don't want the scars anymore. I'm not doing New Year's resolutions. I just want to better myself. If I can be better this year than I was last year, then that's what I'm gonna do. And that's my intent. I just want to be a better person. I want to be a better person all the way around. I want to be more intentional with God. I want to be more intentional with myself. I want to be more intentional with my life. I want to be more intentional with my friends and family. I just want to be better. So that is my plan. And I kind of had this thought that came through my mind the other day. It was very eye-opening for me, I guess, in a way. It was a very, very strong voice. I was thinking about retirement, and I think I kind of touched bases with y'all a little bit, and I probably said it like in passing. This might be my side gig for retirement, and I almost felt like that was God telling me, yeah, you're gonna be able to do YouTube in your retirement. When you retire from going to work every day, you're going to be able to spend that time that you really would love to spend on YouTube, and you're just getting there now. The lives kind of showed me that I really enjoyed the lives, and I think if I had more time to just focus on all that, because this is really my heart. Like, I have learned through trials and tribulations that I really, really enjoy YouTube, and I just don't have the time to just place myself in the position where I can just do this all the time. Like, I can focus and figure out and read up on and get all that done. And so by making myself little notes and making myself lists to do and giving myself, putting it on the calendar, I want to be able to say, okay, last year you talked about making certain days your filming days and certain days your this day, your editing day. Well, now you're going to write it on the calendar. You're going to put it in your list of things to do, and you're going to dedicate those times to it. You're going to treat it like it really is your part-time job, because when you retire, YouTube is going to be there to be that gig that you're going to need to supplement your income for retirement. And I feel like God has just given me that. He's put that on my heart. Like, he's told me that that's the gift that he's given to me. And that's why I may not have been able to get where I wanted to be ahead of the game, because he's got all those things planned out for me for my retirement. I've got to brace myself. It's not going to happen this year. I say that. I'm going to speak into an existence. If it happens this year, it's great. But if it doesn't, I know that I'm just getting prepared. Like, he's preparing me to be able to full force do this when I'm retired. So I'm just going to spend this year just kind of trying to figure some things out, like doing the lives and being more intentional with the lives, and maybe sharing some different aspects of my thought process, my life. Like, I just got all this stuff going on in my head right now, and I can't even begin to tell y'all. Like, it's like, ugh, yes, like, I'm so ready. I feel so good about it. I don't know why. I've never felt this enthralled before. Enthralled. I think I said that right. I don't know. Y'all know what that lisp that I got. Some of my words don't come out right. But yeah, so that is my plan for today. I am going to do some stuff today and get ready for the new year, plan out the new year. So anyway, we're going to get started. I'm going to bring you along. It's going to be a lot of montaging going on. I know the last video was a lot. I haven't seen any comments yet, so, because it's kind of early. I think it just went up, I guess, 45 minutes ago. Hopefully you all enjoy it and don't be upset that it was a lot of massages, montaging going on. Honestly, because I knew there would be a while before I would see James again. We're not going to see each other again until April. I wanted to spend some time just doing stuff with him and not pulling out the camera, not putting in our business in your spaces. So when I went home to my family, I have some, I don't think I have any video footage, but I took some pictures. But my family is not really into social media. They don't want pictures out there too much. And I listened, and I was like, you know what? My brother doesn't like to be on camera. My sister doesn't like to be on camera. So we're not going to put them on camera. But instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit here in this kitchen, because we spend a lot of time in our kitchen, and I'm just going to enjoy them. And I'm going to love and laugh and just be in that moment, and it felt good. So I left y'all hanging. I apologize for that, and I don't apologize for that, because my family means everything to me, and I know y'all understand that. And so thank you for being understanding, and I hope my video that went up meets your needs, give you a little entertainment. You got to see some of my life while I was gone, but some of it I just didn't want to share with anybody. I held it close to my heart. Anyway, so yeah, so I am gonna get after it. attention to this beautiful ornament that is coffee s'mores with the marshmallows. It is so beautiful. It is from my grandson. He is so in tune with things. Like, he knew that Gigi loves coffee and he loves s'mores and marshmallows. So this connects us, it binds us, and I love it. It is breakable, so I have to be really careful with it. I think I stuck it on the tree with the tags and everything on it on Christmas Day, because I was like, this will be the first ornament that goes on my Christmas tree from now on. Like I said, I didn't get to spend that much time loving on my tree like I wanted to. But I am convinced now. I know kind of like the direction that I want to go in for next year. I'm going to have less bulbs and more ornaments. And I want the ornaments to be in my color scheme, but I want them to mean something to me. Sedona, that ornament means a lot to me. And then this one, which is, I think, what was it? The manger, yeah. Mary and baby Jesus and Joseph, like, that means so much to me. So these are the type of things that I want to put on my tree. So any of my subscribers out there, when you're looking through clearance racks after Christmas, if you see any brown earth tone ornaments that maybe have something about your hometown, I would welcome an ornament from you so that I can fill my tree, not only with my loves, but the loves from you all as well. So I think that would be so precious. But yeah, so next year I want less bulbs and more ornaments. I'm almost finished taking down the Christmas tree. I've got all the bulbs off of it. I think there's one on there somewhere because I have a slot open in one of my clear, my little package of my clear bulbs. I'm like, where is it? Did I lose one throughout the year? I don't know. But anyway, as I was taking down the tree, I kind of had a very, very emotional realization with where I am today in retrospect to where I was 2 Christmases ago. Last Christmas, I was on my way back, but I wasn't there as much as I was this year. I know for a fact that the year before I was just in a very bad place. Well, I just wanted to just kind of chat about that for a little while, because I know that a lot of times life just seems so perfect for people when you're looking from one side to the other side, like from your side to their side. You see their lives as being so perfect, and sometimes we look at other people and we want their lives because it looks like they're happy every day. I think I've been a lot more real with you all this year as far as like real things that I was going through. You will find that in 2023 I'm going to be even more real. I'm going to share some real heart to heart stories of my life, just how I am so appreciative of the place that I am right now versus where I was back then. I know that some of you watching my videos back during that time a few years ago, like, you had no idea. Like, I did my vlogmases and I did my posting in front of the Christmas tree. While it was authentically me in the sense that I was at my highest moments when I was in front of the camera, reality is I wasn't always happy, and I was a lot unhappy. I don't even know if I realized how unhappy I was until I became so happy. So that's where I am now. Like, I'm so happy. Like, life still has some turmoils and some ups and downs, and it will continue to have those. Even though I didn't spend a lot of time this year, like here in my home in the month of December with my Christmas tree, as much as I wanted to. Like, I wanted to be able to like sit here by the fireplace and enjoy my Christmas tree, and I was very busy and I didn't get to do that. As I was taking the decorations off the tree, I just thought for a moment, I didn't cry. I did not once sit in front of the tree and cry. I don't know, other than last year. Like, last year, I don't think I cried. I'm pretty sure I didn't. But I know in all the Christmases, for as far back as I can remember, like, I don't even remember when I went from not really having happy Christmases to having a real true happy Christmas. And when I say that, I don't mean that I didn't have happy Christmases. I had happy Christmases, but I didn't have the Christmases that I didn't cry and I didn't feel lonely and I didn't feel all alone, even when I was in a crowded room. This year, I honestly, I think every moment I just enjoyed it and I just felt so free and I felt so happy and I felt so blessed. I was that girl that would long for that perfect, and I say perfect, I say it very loosely. I don't mean perfect, but you know, that better moment, I guess, of having your significant other want to be with you, want to spend the time with you. And even if maybe they wanted to, they weren't making you feel like they wanted to. This Christmas, when we put the tree up, I told you all that that was the first Christmas, I think ever, I don't know, that he actually ever was with me putting the tree up. Like he would bring the tree out of the attic, or the garage, I think. Where do we have it? I think the garage. But he would bring it into the house. But then he would go, and sometimes his friends would come over and they would be outside on the patio and I'd be in there decorating the tree. I never had that involvement. And even though I know he was a little bit not involved this year, but he put forth more of an effort than he ever has. And that meant a lot to me. But yeah, I spent a lot of Christmases where sometimes I would like to sit in front of the Christmas tree and I would long for a certain thing, a certain feeling, like I wanted to feel love coming from my heart and I didn't feel it. I wanted to want to be at home because for so many Christmases I wouldn't really want to be at home that much because being at home reminded me of what I didn't have and what I longed for. And even though I didn't get to spend time at home this year as much as I wanted to for Christmas, I had that longing. Like whenever I was here, I just embraced it and it felt so good. And I'm so thankful for that. I know there's so many aspects to what we want for Christmas, what our hearts long for, or the holidays. And even though it's over, and me talking to you about it isn't going to change how you went through your holiday just now. But I know that it can be hard. And I know that it was hard for so many people. Even though sometimes I think we as people say, oh, we don't need this and we don't need that, because that's our tough skin telling us that, you know, we don't want a significant other in our lives, or we don't want friends in our lives, or we don't want or need, or all this stuff. Like we tell ourselves all these things because that's our coping mechanism. And I'm one of those people. I felt like I knew I wanted those things in my heart, but when I would speak out loud, I'm being like, I got this, I'm better than that. I'm not going to sit here and, be that mopey person and whatever. But in my heart, I was that mopey person. Taking down that tree this year was just something for me. Like I just felt so free. It felt so good. Like I don't want to take the tree down, but I want to take it down because I'm ready for 2023. Like I'm ready to see where my life goes in 2023 because I just feel like it's going to be full with something so special. I'm finally on that side of the track where life is just, not that it hasn't been good, because every day I was blessed. I woke up, I was blessed. In my sadness, I was blessed. God gave me so much. Even in the midst of my turmoil, there was so much he was giving me. And I am so thankful for every tear that I cried, because when I cried those tears, it meant that I was emotional and that I knew that something wasn't right and I had to figure out how to make it right. So I'm thankful for all of that. But I know that this year, things are going to be so wonderful. And I feel it in my heart. I think about these girls right here and how there's no cancer there. And God is just filling me with so much. And I don't know. I just wanted to come on camera and just talk for a few minutes and just share with y'all that it's okay if you didn't have that Christmas this year, if you didn't have that New Year this year, if you didn't have that present under the tree that you wanted. And let's face it, I talk about like, it's not about the material things, but sometimes it is, y'all. Sometimes we just want what we want. It's like when I say I want that Louis Vuitton purse, I want what I want. I'm thankful for the bag that I got last year for Christmas, and I officially carried that bag for 1 full year, y'all. And I still haven't figured out if I'm going to be able to let it go, like not carry it because I'm so in love with it. My MCM bag means a lot to me. I still want that Louis Vuitton one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still want what I want. I say that because it isn't about material things, but sometimes those material things fill that void in our hearts, that it's something that we've wanted forever. And so I know that sometimes we don't get them. It breaks our heart. And we want to be strong and say that it didn't matter, but it did. And someone may have wanted to have that special man or woman in their lives this holiday, and yet they found themselves in the middle of another holiday without that. And I don't want to take that lightly. The heart wants what the heart wants. And some of us were without our loved ones because we lost them through death. And sometimes we lose them through divorce, whatever. If you spent the holidays and you were not happy, you were thankful, but you may have not have been happy. You fulfill in that moment of sadness. Some of you may not have even put up a tree because you didn't feel like, you didn't really have a need to put up a tree. I was texting with a friend and his wife passed away not too long ago. He was saying that he didn't put up a tree because he didn't have anybody in the house to put the tree up for. And I mentioned, well, what about the grandkids? And he says, well, they don't live with me. But my thought was, but they come over. Because I know when Leo walked in this house and he saw the Christmas tree up, he was so happy. Like, he was just like, Gigi, it's so pretty. I know that there's someone that didn't put up a tree this year. And I know that there was someone who didn't buy one present and didn't celebrate, didn't get excited, didn't get happy, didn't have that moment. And I want to say to you, I'm not here to judge, and I'm not telling you that you missed out on something, because I don't know what your situation is. But I want to say to anybody that happens to watch this video, even though it's not about all of that stuff that we say that it's not about, sometimes it is about it in just the smallest way. Like, we want certain things because they do make us happy. 2023, it's like we got the whole year ahead of us. Strive for those things. If it's a companion that you're longing for in your life, put yourself out there. Don't be a hater. Don't hate men and don't hate women. Put yourself out there, because in the midst of all of those bad ones out there, there's that jewel, that special someone that can make you feel special. And it's not about getting married or it's not about all that. If you want that, then that's okay too. But if you just want someone to go to dinner with or go to the movies with, put yourself out there. Go after it. You got all year. So plan for Christmas starting now. Plan to have that romantic dance under the Christmas tree. Plan to have the grandchildren walk in the house and the Christmas tree is lit up and the house is full of smells of Christmas. Plan to have your friends over and just have a girls' night of gift giving, whether it's a $10 gift or whatever your budget is, or even if your budget don't even allow a gift, just have your friends over where you can have cocktails, mocktails, whatever, coffee, tea. Plan this year for that Christmas of your dream. If you start now, you got 12 months to get there. You can do it. Just don't let the thoughts that you're not worthy, that it can't happen, that no matter how hard you try, it still is not the same. It just means you're not trying hard enough. So try harder. Reach for the stars, because they're there. The stars are there. And I'm speaking from my heart, because I remember when I was that girl that I couldn't convince myself. I knew it was there, but it just seemed so out of reach. And I reached, and I'm not there yet. Like, I'm climbing, and there's still things that my heart's in shambles about, that I'm still trying to work my way through, and I'm still trying to figure it out. But I'm just so happy for that place that I was at this year for Christmas. I didn't cry. And I'm so happy that I didn't cry. And I'm crying now, but these are happy tears. I'm crying because I feel so blessed. And I'm so happy. And you all were a part of that too. Me doing the lives, and people like BB was there every moment. And I'm so thankful for her. And those of you, I know everybody couldn't be there every moment. And I'm not saying that to say, oh, well, you weren't there. But I think B was on every one of them. I don't think she missed not a one. And it made me happy. And I still need to get her gift out to her. I'm back now. I need to get her address and all that stuff and get her lipstick out to her. But yeah, so basically, I'm going to stop now because, you know, we've already been talking like 15 minutes. It's going to be a long video. I can tell y'all it's probably going to be an hour long. I just wanted to share that with y'all. I felt it in my heart to like come on and just talk to y'all and just let y'all know that it's okay. And we're going to be okay. Each and every one of us, whatever we're going through, hardships, financial hardships, loneliness, missing your children, family members not getting along, best friend did you dirty. We've all had all of it, you know. We've all had some form of that stuff in our lives. And we aren't going to be exempt from it. It's going to continue to happen. We're going to get better with every little effort that we make. We're going to get better. And we're starting to plan right now for this year's Christmas. That's 12 months away. Troops for what's expected to be a... Good morning, friends. It's Sunday. I kind of fell by the wayside yesterday in vlogging, but not in cleaning. I have a bad habit, I guess. Is it a bad habit? I don't know. I think it might be kind of a good habit. Okay, I gotta prop myself up a little bit better here. Let's figure this out. I'm in my, well, I guess it's not my room because my grandson always corrects me. It says for Pennsylvania missing mom. Okay, hold on. We gotta, what's going on with this? There's always something in the news. So we're gonna take a quick break to see what's going on in the news. Desperate for answers amid the search for... Sorry for that brief interruption. I was watching, well, I am watching Good Morning America, and they were talking about a missing mom, and I wanted to hear what was going on with that because, as you all know, our news is always just inundated with so much. It's unbelievable at the things that go on these days. But yeah, so anyway, I did drop off on vlogging yesterday because I get so wrapped up in what I'm doing. And I was like literally pretty much finished when I realized I stopped vlogging. I had a wonderful bubble bath last night using, I'm going to put a picture of it up here somewhere, the little bathtub caddy thing. My daughter-in-law gave that to me for Christmas. The best thing ever. Now I just need a pillow for the bathtub. I used to have one. I got rid of it when I moved because it was getting kind of, you know, icky looking. My daughter-in-law sent me a link to one. I hope I didn't delete that. I need to look for that pillow on Amazon because that's the next thing I need for my bathtub, just so I can lay back and just have that moment. But it felt good taking a bubble bath. And I did sleep in my room last night, but I'm in my guest bedroom / Leo's room on the day bed. I hadn't been in here in a while. When James comes, this room becomes a junkie room because, you know, this apartment's not that big. So his suitcase is in here. He kind of spreads his clothes out everywhere. I can't stand clutter. and I needed to have the chance to come in here and clean it up. So I cleaned it up real good last night. I'm drinking my coffee out of my Black Girl Magics mug. Hadn't had that one out in a while because I've been doing the holiday mugs. Now it's back to like normal mugs, so to speak, quote unquote. I got these mugs that I kind of won in a game that we played for Christmas Eve. I'm trying to decide if I want to open them or regift them. I have a lot of mugs, and they're the ones that I think they said live, love, laughter, life. I don't know. But anyway, it's those type of mugs. Maybe I'll show them to y'all later on today. I don't know. I'm trying to decide. I think I really want to just regift them to someone. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, let me get back to chillaxing and watching Good Morning America. So it's much later in the day. It's actually, I think, what did I say? I looked at the clock. I think it was like 1:30. And I need to be over at my friend's house by 6. I'm dreading this, y'all. I have been gone, and I just love being at home. I want to be at home today, and I'm committed because, you know, when I tell a friend I'm going to do something, I don't like to go back on my word because I hate it when people do me that way. So, I mean, I'm doing it, obviously, but I'm just like, I cleaned all day yesterday. My body aches from lifting the Christmas tree box and all that stuff. And so, yeah. So anyway, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to take with me. I want something easy. I don't even know if she has an iron. So, like, a lot of people don't have irons in their homes. Like, comment below. Do you have an iron in your home, an iron and an iron board? Like, those are necessities for me, okay? I don't know. But for some people, it's like, what, an iron? Who needs an iron? You know, like they go to work and school or whatever in wrinkled clothes, and I don't do that. So I think I'm going to wear this little set, which I got this thing from TJ Maxx, like, I don't know, several months ago. But I wear the heck out of this. It's super comfortable, and I'm thinking I might wear this little sweater with it, although I've never worn it without having something to cover my bum bum. So I don't know. I think I'm going to take a different jacket as well, so that if I feel uncomfortable, like, I will just put on the other jacket. I know you hear the water running. So, okay, a fun fact about this apartment, sometimes my water takes forever to get hot. And I have to literally run the shower like that. It's so wasteful, but I can't do cold showers. Like, I have to have hot water, which is probably not good for my skin, especially this time of year, but I can't do cold water. So I apologize. I know some people will probably think, oh my God, she's wasting water. But it is what it is. I can't do anything about it.